Minute 37 of I Love You 3000 Minutes. I'm Brian.
I'm Richard.
And this is the podcast that traveled back in time after we stole Hank Pym's tech, so that we could rewatch the entire Infinity Saga from Iron Man 1 to Spider-Man Far From Home 1, marvelous, minute at a time. Richard, what happened in this minute of Iron Man?
Yeah, I mean, he literally chases them down like their horror movie. He's just a big metal golem. Simulacrum, whatever.
I have no idea what that second thing is.
It's a thing. It's like...
I believe it's a thing.
He looks more monster than man right now. He's a giant metal monster. He's coming at them.
That's why Mark 1 Iron Man can get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a callback now.
It's what?
It's a callback now.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, in like 3 months, we're going to have a t-shirt that says, Mark 1 can get it.
I doubt that.
It's going to be hot.
I highly doubt that.
It's going to be hot.
So anyways.
And we won't be able to be sued because all we said is Mark 1 can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, Tony Stark's return is nearing completion. His triumph is nearing completion. He's about to make his comeback. And
sorry, your disappointment was fueling my laughter.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it fuels you every day. So...
That's why I asked you to be my roommate, because every day I didn't have you, I felt like my gas tank was empty.
I'm glad it helps you run.
Not all of us run on batteries. That's an Iron Man 2 line, and a slight reference to my electric car. I'm back, baby! I'm not loopy anymore.
You're still super...
Blah, 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 blah.
Loopy. Might be the haircut. No, you've had it for a couple weeks now. So
yeah, my intelligence does not depend on my hair like Samson.
It would make sense, though, because we cut off a ton of your intelligence if that would have been the case.
Let's be honest. With how much hair I had, if that cut away my intelligence, I'd have negative IQ points by now. You bastard!
No. So,
email iloveyou3000minutes@gmail.com to apply for the newly open position of co-host.
So let's scrub through here a little bit. That last guy gets destroyed. So
yeah.
He's beating the crap out of them. Some good action scenes. Throws them around. They're running away from him, and three of them lock one guy on the other side of the door with Mark 1 Iron Man. What?
4 of them lock one guy, I believe. Yeah.
Maybe that's 4. Yeah. So, horror movie, like, they're all like, oh my god, our boy is getting destroyed on the other side of this door. The door starts denting.
Yeah. And considering that they could have lit the hallways more if they wanted to, I think they really took advantage of the darkness in the tunnels to help maybe cover up some flaws in this suit. You know, how they built it as a production. And then also to heighten those horror elements, like how they approach that guy banging on the door with the light. And instead of seeing him get hit, we just get to the other side and have the bink, bink. And did you notice that when he's walking, and you can especially see it around like 17 and stuff, both his arms have little flames. You've been saying flamethrower. Yeah.
Yep. For some reason I remember that part, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, that part was hot. # Paris Hilton reference.
So, the 4 gentlemen brace themselves for the door about to collapse or fling open.
One starts running away.
Exactly. It does fling open. I think it catches one of them, the door or the debris.
Well, let's see. Let's go back to the 4 gentlemen. So there's one guy with a white hat on. I don't know the term for the type of hat. One guy with the green hat. And the green hat starts running. Well, there's 2 guys with white hats. So the green guy starts running. He's already running. And there's one guy who doesn't get smashed by the doors with a white hat on. But the guy with the green hat's running. And then the guy further back with the white hat must have ran. It was just cut out because we end up with only 2 people.
2 of them gets covered by the doors.
Just one. Because we got 2 people here.
Yeah. So then the debris.
But then one guy gets hit, and you see the guy with the hat running. So,
gotcha.
Out of the 5 people, including the one guy that was on the other side of the door, he's just taking out 2 more.
Yep.
And I believe, doesn't he end with, he swings at a guy coming around a corner. And that guy does a matrix, right? He doesn't actually hit him.
That might just be movie magic. Like, I think it was meant to be like a hit.
Wrong angle. So he either does a beautiful matrix.
Yeah.
Or...
As a wrestling fan, I'm used to seeing those.
Oh, yeah. Damn, I was such a pretentious kid because that's what made me not like it.
Oh, yeah, that's everybody. That's freaking everybody. They're like, it just looks so fake. And I'm like, well, yeah.
Everything, for me, it was always like, people would be like, but movies are fake. And then I'd be like, yes, but they don't look fake if they're done well, or if we're not being dicks and scripting through every single goddamn second.
And there are some wrestlers that know how to make it look pretty real, but it's still wrestling, and so it's like they're still taking turns doing moves to each other in the ring.
Man,
and they're taking long breathers.
You really are gonna love if you watch that podcast with Dave Bautista on the Darkest Timeline, because he's talking about his last fight and how he went all in and how he actually got pretty injured for the rest of his life because he did it for the fans. You're gonna
once you get out of wrestling shape. So The Rock returned once after he really buffed up, and so he tore a groin muscle or two off of the bone. He tore an abdominal muscle or two, like off of the bone, or like off of from however they attach, because he's so freaking bulky and he's not in ring shape anymore. His muscles aren't conditioned for that anymore. Like, being so bulky does not help you in wrestling. Like, hardly at all. And then you're out of ring shape, and so, but basically, what happens when you after a certain point of getting so strong and athletic, you are able to, like, just kind of still keep your posture and look good, and not, like, look like you're having an injury. So even though The Rock had various injuries, he, like, was able to kind of muscle through it, basically, with the rest of his muscles compensating. Does that make sense?
That's the worst thing you've ever told me. How dare you start a story that long with he ripped multiple groin muscles. I hate you.
Well, you know groin muscles are the muscles around your giblets, right? I don't know. Why'd I have to say giblets? It's not even...
You literally could have just said around your groin.
Around your... I'm trying to say that saying you have a torn groin muscle doesn't necessarily have to do with your band parts.
I don't like you. Oh, wait. This is actual Chris Evans reference. Me no likey. His nephew would say me no likey, and he started putting that into his conversations. And then I guess there was one question that was asked on the interview circuit, and he just goes, me no likey, and they caught it on camera.
That's funny.
All right, but we've left this minute with his hand stuck in a very inopportune place. I mean, not the inopportune kind of place that Tony usually thrives in.
Yeah.
Zing! That was a weak sex joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said it was weak.
It does show off the strength of the suit because it got lodged into rock.
Yeah.
So...
all right.
That dude's face is broken if they did intend to show him getting clubbed in the face by that forearm.
Yeah. Jeez. All right. Well, that is what I've got for minute 37. How about you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, follow along with the minutes on Instagram at I Love You 3000 Minutes. Review it on Apple Podcasts, please. And if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. And check out the other podcasts. This has been minute 38. Nope, 37. I got it right the first time. 37.
I'm Richard.
I'm Obadiah Stain.
You've got an army?
We've got a podcast. We're podcast mongers. That'll make sense in like minute 70. If I completely forget, and minute 70 is the one where they say we're ironmongers, give me that check. Cut that check. That's an Anthony Mackie reference from the Captain America movies. It's not going to be in minute 70. It would more likely be in like minute 45 or 50. I'm going to say from there, because actually remembering the movie.